If Luigi Mangione looked like this, or this, would anyone give one flying fuddrucker about his message or mission at all? Hello, my name is Beami, and I relate a lot to Luigi Mangione. Though I don't support Luigi Mangione. This was something that I wasn't gonna talk about or address. I had been completely ignoring anything related to Luigi Mangione, both in my personal decisions and in my public expressions. But in my real life, day-to-day life, I've come across and talked with multiple people who seem to be enamored and supportive of Luigi and his message. And I just want to speak on a few points regarding all of that. So, firstly, like I said, I relate to Luigi. In 2021, when I was 25, right at the kind of transition out of the pandemic, or it was still kind of going on, but I certainly had started to, well, more than that, really like wrap my head around the aspects of it that had nothing to do with health. For example, why do you have to bribe me if it's something that's good for my well-being? How can I win a car for getting the shot? How can I get $200 in groceries for getting this shot? Like, you're targeting poor people in need, and it's bribery. That's illegal. That's a crime. Anyways, I, like everyone else, was raised just told what to do and just following along, and this is how it is. And around that time, I realized, like, man, a lot of this stuff is actually like really against us. And to continue to live to operate from this mindset of, oh, these leaders are trying to look out for my best interest, and then continuing to operate like believing that when you know that's not true, it just doesn't make any sense. And when you realize that fully, and at the extent that it is, and what's really happening, and how many things are happening under our nose, it's angering, it's saddening, but it also brings this false sense of responsibility. And I'm sure anyone who like me, was kind of just brought up in this brainwashing, who then woke up to some things, can understand and relate to this. But you feel this sense of responsibility, like, man, how is my whole family brainwashed? How is everyone I know, everyone I went to school with, like, nobody gets it? It must be because I have to. It's important for me to. I'm special, or I'm supposed to serve God, and then people get this false messiah complex and feel like they have to be the one to take on the responsibility for everybody else. And to me, somebody like Luigi Mangione and a lot of other people, Luigi Mangione is an intelligent, charismatic, excellent communicator. Who cares? We need people like that. We need people like that to be examples to our children. We need people like that to make the world a better place. But not to me, he fell short. He stopped. He said, all right, I understand these things about the healthcare industry, about the America and the corruption, and this is what I'm going to do about it. And to me, that's giving up faith. And faith is, to me, one of the most fundamental and important aspects of life in general, of being alive. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about faith. You don't have to know you don't have to tell me who God is or what God is, but having faith in this universal force that we're a part of, that is scientifically evidenceable and provable and all that it exists, that there's something beyond our understanding, that's enough. That's what faith is. But you know it. I know it. You don't have to know it. You may not know it, but it's there. And having faith in that, and Luigi's somebody who grew up from I don't know, him specifically, but obviously his family was a Catholic family. He went to Catholic school, right? So he's familiar with all these things. And like I said, I don't advocate for religion. That's his own thing, whole thing I've talked about before. But he obviously was brought up in an environment that exposed him to the concept of faith. And he took his faith and either said, I don't have faith. Like, to me, anybody who chooses, you're trying to play God. It's not our job to go bump somebody. And yes, you can say, well, the CEO has hundreds and thousands and millions of deaths on his hand. Well, sure, but so does everybody who has ever accepted the position of office of being president. Yes, the healthcare is a huge issue in America, but so is human trafficking. So is child abduction and disappearance. So is like genocide and annihilation of cultures around the world. Maybe we should focus on keeping the people that are with us in our life, in our society, in our country safe, and the leaders that are taking them from us, the money that and underground stuff that happens right under our noses. Maybe we can focus on healthcare once we have our people back. We can kill off every CEO in the world. We can also kill off every president in the world, including our present one, who's just as guilty as any of the others. But then what? Where are the children? What solutions are we striving for? What end goal are we trying to attain? If it's just eye for an eye, if it's just you have blood on your hands, therefore I'm going to take you out, now I have blood on my hands. Didn't we evolve from the law of Moses 2,000 years ago? Didn't somebody come along and teach us a better way? Teach us that how we're thinking is outdated? To love your enemy? I'm not talking about Martin Luther King. Like I said, I get it. I used to sit in parking lots at Walmart and watch the 18-wheelers roll in and try to understand how, and watch train tracks and try to understand. Trafficking is right in front of us. You've heard stories about, maybe you haven't, but there's containers that have, washed up or been exposed in the in South America and stuff, containing hundreds of kids in cold refrigerators and stuff. It's happening. Why do you people? Everything that we're given and that is we're supplied as innovative and progress was given to the private sector first, just like cell phones, computers, TVs, all that. But the only reason the public gets it is because it becomes normalized. This is just what this thing does. Therefore, for example, train tracks. Look, the shuttle helps you get to work. It's public transportation. Yeah, that's true. That's no doubt. That's amazing. That's great. That's the right thing. But you're utilizing these tracks, and you began utilizing these tracks, and you made these tracks originally so that you could transport your nefarious activities easily, both underground and above ground, all over the world. We can kill every CEO, but where are these tunnels? Clean them out, clear them out, get everybody up. This is real. And nobody can do anything about it if they're locked behind bars. And I get that too, because I've been arrested for advocating for someone having a mental health crisis. And I felt the powerlessness of being behind bars. In jail or in prison, it doesn't matter what you believe, what's right or wrong, how much God is impacting your life or not. There's no rules there. And regardless of what court cases and legal proceedings and lawyers might make you believe, there are no rules in there, and they can do whatever they want to you. And the second you get put in there for life or for a long time, your impact is over. Your voice is silenced. Your ability to bring people together and actually create change is over. And how would Luigi have had his message heard if he didn't do what he did? I don't know, maybe he could have started a YouTube channel or something. Maybe he could have built relationships and connected with people in the real world. You probably would have commented, all you would have given him is likes and comments about his sweater, maybe. But that goes back to faith. Having faith in your message, having faith in your ability, having faith in each other, having faith in our world, there's obviously so many reasons to believe that none of this crap is going to get better. But same with everything throughout history, that whatever man thinks they're controlling, they're not in charge. They never can be. Nature is the most powerful force in the universe. And yes, we're a part of nature, but we don't decide what nature does. We don't dictate nature like that. Okay? Nature dictates us. There's a quote from Godzilla, Dr. Sarazaki or whatever his name was. The arrogance of man is believing that nature is in our control and not the other way around. We put this stuff in our blockbuster movies and then allow ourselves to be led to something completely opposite. The other thing is, to me, it's very closed-minded and zoomed in to look at some of the issues that we face today and be like, oh, this is horrible, and this is the only thing that matters, and that oh, we got to do something because it won't get better. It'll only get worse. When a lot of the issues that we're facing in today's world are fairly recent. Disease, when I say recent, I'm not talking about 20 years in my life. I'm talking about 500, 1,000, 2,000. That's recent. You know how long this stuff has been around? Life? So to say, to act like my individual life, I gotta go kill somebody, murder somebody, because they deserve it, or because they've murdered, while saying I care. If you care about other people, you will put yourself in a position to aid and give to other people and assist other people. You focused on the wrong side. I don't know, man. That's what I got, and that's what I kind of wanted to touch on. You can feel however you feel about it, and either way, I appreciate you, and have a wonderful life and time and day and moment. Peace.